I'm over 40 and I'm overweight. I used to be younger, but obese. That's what this video is about. If you want to know how I went from 300 plus to where I am now, continue watching this video. My camera liked it so much that it corrupted the video file, so I'd have to record this again. So let's get into it. Hey folks, if you're here to watch me ride a motorcycle or hit myself with a hammer working on motorcycles or talking about motorcycles, you just go ahead and click away now. This one's not for you. This video is about the roller coaster ride that I've been on and losing weight over the past 40 years. What we're going to do is break it down into pieces as best I can to explain how we got here, what it took for me to finally get down to a manageable weight, and what the future holds. Based on YouTube analytics, most of you are over 40 as well, so you could probably relate a little bit. If not, I'm sure I'm going to hear about it in the comments. Bring it on. So let's start at the beginning. And when I say the beginning, I mean the early 80s. When I entered this world, I was a 10-pound plus baby. I was always the fat kid in school, got teased about it, all that stuff. I continuously gained weight over the years. By 6th or 7th grade, I was probably 230 pounds. By the time I graduated high school, I was pushing 300. That continued through college. I gained the freshman 50 or so. Freshman, sophomore, junior year, continuously gained weight. And then nothing really changed until my mom had decided to take on this new fad called Atkins. It was new in the early 2000s. And she asked if I would do it with her. And I remember this very clearly. It was June 15th, 2003. And the reason I know that is because I got home from my summer job and ate a slice of pizza on the 14th because I knew I was going to be starting this on June 15th. So I ate essentially no carbs for the next 9-10 months. By graduation of my senior year in college, I had dropped down to about 210 or 215. I didn't really weigh myself much back then, but I was significantly lighter. I'm guessing I lost about 130 pounds. But I don't know what my top weight was, and I didn't weigh myself at the end. So let's say 130, which is a big deal because my roommate at the time only weighed 130 pounds. How I got there that time was eating no carbs and doing all that kind of stuff. Being in my early 20s helped quite a bit. And then going to the gym 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. Magical things you can do in your 20s. After graduation, I maintained kind of. Here's a picture of me when I thought I looked good, and the 2000s was a weird time. So my weight creeped up over the years, 220s, 230s, 240s, bounced around 250. I had left my government contractor job in DC and started working in food manufacturing, which certainly didn't help. Over the years, again, kept gaining weight. So over the next 8 years, I had gained quite a bit of weight, and by August of 2012, I weighed 292 pounds. August 2012, I am 292 pounds, not feeling super great about it, living in the Northwest, and I needed a change. So I downloaded Lose It, which is a app for tracking calories and weights, and started to use that. So in 2014, after a couple years of tracking and going up and down, moving to the Midwest, so making changes in my life, I had made it down to 242, but by 2016, I had gained almost 80 pounds and was 320, which is not where I was trying to go. Finally, by the end of 2016, I was back down to 292, which is where I started in 2012. So 4 years, nothing really accomplished. Time for another life change. 2016, I decided to move to California. Didn't have a job lined up, but I moved out here anyway. When I was packing my house in the Midwest, I got rid of all of my clothes that were a little too big or a lot too big because everybody in California is skinny, right? When I moved here in December of 2016. I ate a bunch. Thai food at my beck and call. Donut shops on every corner. Anything you can imagine, get Uber Eats. We didn't really have Uber Eats in the town that I lived in. The whole county only had 12,000 people before. Now I'm in Southern California where you can get anything almost any time of day. That's when I tried to fast for the first time. I had done it a couple times in early 2017, 2-3 days at a time. Wasn't really very successful. And then in April of 2017, late April 2017, I decided I'm going for it. So I went 19 days with nothing but water. I lost about 30 pounds. I didn't record my initial weight because I didn't want to know what I weighed, but I was 291 and change by the time I finished the water fast. So I'm guessing I've lost between 25 and 30 pounds. Pro tip, don't break your fast with $100 worth of Taco Bell. Your stomach's not going to like it, and neither are you. Neither will your bathroom. Anybody that's ever done a fast knows that you gain all that weight right back if you don't change your diet. And I didn't change my diet. Not at all. I would try to do keto, which is the new Atkins, right? I tried to do the low carb thing, but then I would slip. And once you slip on Atkins or keto, it's hard to get back on it. You want a candy bar, you want bread, you want something that isn't meat. And I had a jar of candy in my office, which didn't really help. So when I went to the doctor in April of 2019, I weighed 322 and 0.8 pounds. So I was almost 323 pounds. I'm sure I was at 323. And that's April 2019. Not really much changed, 2019 happened. I was not really watching my weight too much. I didn't really get any more heavier, but I didn't get any lighter. I wasn't paying attention. My clothes fit kind of at the time. And then, 2020 happened. I don't know if you read the papers or watched the internet or something, but some pretty major things happened in 2020. And I was working from home and didn't really pay attention. I was wearing gym shorts and sweatpants to all my Teams calls. So weight wasn't really an issue. Just trapped in my own house. Then the end of 2020 came and my mom died. So in December of 2020, when my mom passed, it took a few months for me to really come to terms with that. And in April of 2021, I decided I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try to lose weight. It's been a long time. I'd been successful once 20 years earlier, but been struggling before and since. So I worked on I got re-downloaded, I think, the Lose It app. I don't think I had it on my phone at the time. If I did, I had to resubscribe. And I started to count every calorie and weigh every day, which I know you're not supposed to do, but that's what I did. I found that if I don't weigh myself every day, I start to slip. I don't care if my weight fluctuates a pound here, 2 pounds there. Back when I was 300 plus, my weight could fluctuate 10 or 20 pounds in a given week just based off of how much I drank or how much I ate or, how many times I visited the bathroom. It didn't really matter a whole lot. But when you start to lose weight, you got to pay attention to those things. All I did was eat less. I know this is like mind-blowing things, but I ate less. It doesn't sound like a big deal, and it sounds super easy. But if it's that easy, why didn't I do it 20 years ago and stick with it? So from April of 2021, I knew that my 40th birthday was coming up, which was coming up in March of 2022. And it only gets harder to lose weight as you get older. That's what I hear. April 14th, 2021. I don't know how much I weigh, but I estimated that I weighed 300. I didn't want to get on the scale. I waited a little while. I waited till May to get on the scale, and I was 295. Not a great number to have, but at least I'm in the twos. And I was successful in monitoring, being on keto, weighing myself regularly, counting my calories, all that good stuff. That allowed me by the end of July 2021 to be down to 267. But then I slipped, stopped paying attention, stopped doing what I needed to do, and I was back up to 290 by December of 2021. My birthday was only 3 months away, so I dug in and did it again, and by March of the following year, I was down to 260. So I'm turning 40, I'm 260, I'm doing better. For the longest time, my kind of long-term goal was to reach 220 again. I was 40 pounds shy of that, but I was getting there. After my birthday, I started to slip a little bit more, went back and forth, dipped into 250 slightly, but I was back up to 271 in July. In July of 2022, I decided that I really needed to make another change, and I quit doing keto. I wasn't being very successful at it anyway, and I just concentrated on calories. I set a new goal for myself. In July, I decided that I was going to lose 40 pounds by Thanksgiving, which in America is in November. I set new calorie goals for myself, which were 1,200 a day. 1,200 calories a day is what I was shooting for. I was 271. Now, I'm sure people are going to say that's not a healthy number of calories to have. A male needs to have at least 1,500. But you know what? I don't have to listen to you. You're not my doctor, and I don't go to the doctor, so they can't tell me anything. So my target was 1,200 calories. No exercise, nothing like that. No weight loss procedures, no Ozempic, no Wegovy or whatever it's called. My goal was to be 231 by Thanksgiving. And I actually beat that. I made it to 224. Since then, it's been a bit of a rocky road. I've gone up to 230 in the holidays, made it down all the way to 216 in April of this year, which is not a significant amount of weight loss. It's only 8 pounds from where I was on Thanksgiving of last year. But right now, it is September 2nd of 2023, and I am 222 pounds as of today recording this video. So I've maintained for almost a year about that weight. Now, it hasn't been the easiest thing to do. Last week, I was almost 230 pounds again, so I panicked and I didn't eat for 3.5 days. All I did was water fast, so from Sunday through Wednesday lunchtime, I had 110 calories total, which was from 2 bone broth drinks. And then my head got too heavy for me to sit up at my desk to do my work, so I broke my fast with some fruit. But now, I think we're back on track. One of the things that helped since 2022 are these, which are probably overexposed. So these are Quest bars. Since January of 2022, I have purchased 972 of these bars. Grand total of $1,770.30. I had almost signed up for the Quest affiliate program or whatever they call it, but then I read the fine print and found that they own your IP whenever you do anything featuring their stuff when they have a contract. And you can't have my IP. Anybody considering doing anything like that, make sure you read the fine print. Open to a sponsorship. I'm not sponsored, but the thing with the Quest bars was that it was something I could eat for breakfast that was 200-ish calories, I think 110 to 180 to 210, depending on which one you eat. Really helped me not be hungry, at least through lunchtime. So for breakfast, I'd have a Quest bar. For lunch, I would probably eat a can of soup, which is super healthy for you, either Progresso or Campbell's Chunky. And then for dinner, I would grill some chicken breast. And it came out to about 1,200 calories. Not the healthiest diet in the world, but hey, it got me here. Now I do have a new goal, and that's really the purpose of this video. I'm breaking kind of a cardinal rule of YouTube is you don't make a video for yourself, you make a video for others. But this is really a video for me to remind myself that where I came from and where I need to go. My ultimate goal is 190 pounds. Now at 222, that doesn't seem that far away, but since I haven't been in the 100s since maybe 4th grade, That's quite a significant goal for me to reach. Can I do it? Maybe. Will I do it? I don't know. But that's the direction we need to go in, and we can't slack off. When I reached 224 last November, I decided that I needed to do something to ensure that I had no way to retreat. So I bought an Aerostitch Roadcrafter. Those of you who are watching this that don't ride motorcycles, is a motorcycle armored coverall, which is quite expensive. And they have tons of sizes, but you certainly don't want to outgrow one because the resale is not great on them. If I gain weight, this suit is essentially garbage, and I just lit $1,500 on fire. The other thing that I did was I took several trips to Goodwill, and every time that I got into a smaller clothing size, the larger size went to Goodwill or Salvation Army, but it had to leave my house, and I wasn't going back up. I constantly buy clothes that are either the right size or just a little too small so that I have something to strive for and to maintain. No more do I want to go into the larger clothes and have to go into the big and tall store, DXL, whatever they're called. I don't want to go to those stores anymore. I don't want to have to buy my clothes there, and I don't want to go back to those weights. So I'm really backing myself into a corner. I can't gain weight because if I do, I have to go buy new clothes. I only have a certain amount of work clothes now that I'm going back into the office again. Those clothes have to fit because I'm not buying larger clothes. And so far, that's mostly worked for me. Now, if I was a smart YouTuber, I would have strung this out, started this channel 10 years ago, made it about weight loss, been the next Amberlynn Reid and not gone anywhere. If you don't know who Amberlynn Reid is, watch a Mr. Snowflake video. He's pretty informative on that kind of thing. But that's where we are now. I lost 100 pounds from my high of 223 to where I am now at 323 to where I am now at 222, and I maintained that for about a year with a couple hiccups. So I think 30 more pounds is probably doable, and I'm going to try for that. If you want to see more videos like this where I give you updates on where I am, let me know. Otherwise, this will be a one-off video. We'll get back to hitting myself with hammers and riding motorcycles here shortly. The last thing I want to say is we are so close to 500 subscribers. When we hit 500, we only need 2 more subscribers at this point. So maybe it'll happen before this video comes out. But at 500 subscribers, I'm going to live stream doing a one-chip challenge. I know it's old news and nobody cares, but that's what I'm going to do because I don't want to eat the chip, and that's going to make me. And then at 1,000 subscribers, I am going to try to ride my Honda Trail 125, a little 9-horsepower scooter-type motorcycle, 1,000 miles in 24 hours, looking for the mythical Chalupa Cabra. If you're interested in any of that, subscribe. If you're not, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one.